Okie dokie, hello. Here we are again in the simulator in Sandane, in Western Norway, where we left off yesterday. We've got a beautiful ATR 42 in front of us, which we are gonna walk towards, and today we are going to continue our little adventure here in Scandinavia. We are going to fly to Sogndal, I think is what it's called, which is a real flight, and it's quite a short flight. I think the airtime is 70 minutes or something like that. So, and they do these flights to, I guess, gather more passengers and then continue on to Oslo or Bergen or wherever they need to go. So, and the general operation is quite interesting, so we'll see how that goes. Yesterday was quite an interesting approach, so we will pay attention to that today so we don't mess that up again. Also, the sound should be quite a bit better today, and the overlay should be working, so if there is still some some room for improvement, please do let me know, as always. Now, let's get this party started. Let's import the OFP. And first things first, set the fuel, 1350 kilograms. I have reinstalled the in-game panels, so I can better show what's happening. Can I see the flight plan somewhere? No, not UPDF. No. Oh, great. Down here, maybe? Anyways, 1350 block fuel, that's correct. And then we're gonna accelerate things a bit today. Yesterday was a bit more extensive, so... Again, we check that the gust lock is engaged, parking brake is set, flaps are up. Thrust levers are in ground idle even if they don't look that they are. The condition levers are in auto, landing gear lever is down, the wipers are off. So let's give it some juice. Let's activate the ground power, and very important, do not leave the aircraft in walk around mode while on ground power, or it will bug out again. Switch it on. Now we've got the fuel, so we can run the fuel pumps. Everything here looking quite okay. Let's set the nav lights, and all the rest here looks okay as well. Let's test the CVR, looking good. Let's set the cabin signs and arm the emergency exit lights. You can already put on the windshield heating, rest looks okay. Let's test the annunciator lights real quick. Everything looking good there. Let's keep them on bright. And switch on the oxygen. Test the engine fire warnings. You can also test the fault and the squib tests. There we go. Yep, looking wonderfully. Cockpit smoke. And that's probably the ELT, I think so. Can we test something there? Doesn't really look like it. But that's okay. Let's start boarding already. Yes, please. SAS is probably not the correct operator, but I have created a GSX profile, but it's not really done yet. But we should have walking paths for the passengers, and for some reason I have set the stop position and everything to here, but it keeps spawning here, and when I go reposition aircraft, no thank you, it should set me here, but it sets me over there, so I have no idea what that's about, and he shouldn't be doing that. Anyways. Yeah, that's okay. So we have got an okay nav data, which is Perfect, so let's go pause in it, copy the GPS position and initialize our sensors. Then let's go to flight plan. Our route today, we are Widerøe 5 Echo, going from Echo November Sierra Delta over to Echo November Sierra Golf. In here, execute. Does it work? Yes. Look at this. Much better than the passenger bus here yesterday. That was quite ridiculous. Alright, I'll fill you in the route and everything in just a moment. Oh yeah, actually here you can see it, of course. So Bergen is our alternate and our route is just this quick little hop over there. Oslo is somewhere over here, right there, where we came from yesterday, and we're going over there, and the plan is to, after that to do a follow-up flight over to Bergen. I've checked on Flight Radar and they actually have done this flight VFR, and today the weather is beautiful, but to be quite honest, and it's a bit embarrassing, I have no idea about VFR whatsoever. I started out with IFR here in the sim, and yeah, that's it. So we're gonna do that. We are gonna be taking off around here. Our departure, the last waypoint of the departure is actually the first waypoint of the arrival into. Jeez, what's it called again? I apologize to everyone from Norway. Why is it so small now? Oh wait, that's in the tablet. Let me do this one. That's a bit better, I think. Hello, please. Thank you. Sogndal. Yeah. So Evnan is the first fix of the arrival, going in here. And actually it's also the last of the departure. Here, Evnan. So we are departing on runway 26. Let me check the META real quick. Yeah, so wind from 310, actually wind at runway 26, 280 with 5, it's got a special remark again. So from 280, so 26 is perfect. And then we're gonna take the Evnan 1 Bravo departure. It's quite interesting, there's basically just a visual departure until this waypoint, the initial departure fix. So I have seen, oh that's it already. With the passenger boarding, the luggage is still coming. So my initial thought would be an immediate right turn here over the water towards Stegen, NDB, and then down here. So maybe we're going to be doing that. But I have seen on flights to Oslo, which were conducted IFR, that they did a left turn over here, and they didn't even overfly this. I think they went straight for Evnan. So here this shade of salmon rose color is 4,000 feet, and we should easily be making that. And this right here, this darker shade of rose or salmon or whatever, is 6,000 feet, so that shouldn't be any issue. So yeah, I still need to figure out what I want to do, but for now we can choose runway 26 and the Evnan 1 Bravo departure. Execute that, and let me check the weather in Sogndal real quick, because it's such a short flight we will have to prepare quite a bit here on the ground. What do we have here? So the wind is 240 with 6 knots. So runway 06 it is. That's gonna be interesting, because most approaches for 06, we're gonna come in from the northeast, and then we have these lead-in lights. So there's even ILS approaches here, either for runway 24, but in that case that would be a tailwind, or we do some visual maneuvering. I believe that's these dots with the arrows. I couldn't really... Steep angle approach, visual segment, surface penetrated. I didn't really read anything about that in here, but I believe that's how they do it. I would like to try the RMP again though. Yeah, here, circling lights. So we go until here. And even if we were to conduct the straight-in approach, it would be offset 4 degrees again. But yeah, we have the circling lights there, so we do a visual circling in the end. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind that. Sounds quite interesting. There's the RMP Yankee. It's just higher minimums, it looks like. But yeah, here you can see it in detail, so right before the runway we're gonna break off left, then go downwind. Yeah, let's see, that's gonna be an adventure. I haven't done that too often. But let's just pick the RMP Zulu. And we are planned for the F91 mic arrival. So RNF 24 Zulu. There's also the RMP Alpha, which is runway unspecified. That comes in from the east though, so let's stick with that. Betgo would be the initial approach fix. Does that line up here? Yes, it does. So 24 Zulu, the FNAF1 mic, and Betgo. Execute. Not sure what that discontinuity is doing here. The rest is looking good. Cool. Yeah, they're almost done with the loading, so they're quite a bit faster than me. Let's check real quick. Betgo should have 6,900 feet, which it does. And on the RMP Zulu, we have a Reno with a maximum of 150 and 6,300. Yes. And then we have Sierra Golf 406, 5,600. Yep. What else was there? 407 is the point, the missed approach point where we... No, it's not where we break off. That just exists here. Okay. Cool. The minimums... Let's set them at 310, and let's do that right now. Please go away. That's gonna take a while. Alright, I'm gonna finish that later, but we're halfway there already. Over here we have a QNH off. Let's get that out of the way. 1026. Perfect. And I have not checked yet the departure constraints, so please come back. Ugh. Why is it going over there? Hello? Yeah, that's why I disabled it. This doesn't seem to work all that good for me, but it's a bit better for the stream. So our first and only constraint is Sierra Delta 600 with a minimum of 5,500 feet, and that's set. Wonderful. Let's go back to data, init, and let's go for the weights. Zero fuel weight according to the flight plan. Interestingly enough, not the same as SimBrief says. SimBrief says 15,002 kilograms. Well, let's set the payload. Every number is different everywhere. It's so frustrating. So block fuel 1350. Yeah, almost. Yeah, that's okay. So what do we have? 1310. So let's put that in here. 14,899. Looks about right. Gives us 16,209 for the gross weight, which sounds about right. Reserve fuel, we have 400. Trims 1 degree up. Let me set that. There we go. That's it for the weights. Let's go for performance in it. Our cruising flight level is 130. Let's see if that even makes sense to go up there. Let's go to the performance page. Our transition altitude. Oh, no, sorry. This one. Yeah, if you insist on being over there. 7,000. Oh yeah, also there's not really any... so we're on VATSIM again. I think right now there's no one online here, but also there would only be flight information service here, interestingly enough. So also makes sense that they go VFR around here. So yeah, after departure we would be supposed to contact UNDA information. And initial climb clearance, flight level 120. Wow. No, go away. Let's keep that there. 7,000 and 120. In the meantime, let's do the final cockpit preparation procedure down here. We've got 3000 psi accumulator pressure, so the parking brake is engaged and the pressure is checked. Altimeters are set and, well, checked more or less. We have got airport elevation 200 feet around about, so that looks good. Landing elevation, again, we can't do anything about that. FMS, comm, and nav. Let's set the comms. 1228 and 1215. On the nav, I would like to have airports. Squawk we set again to 1000. And the TCAS we put to standby because otherwise it won't work. On the nav we can set the NDB frequency. Oh jeez, I keep doing that. Okay, that's a bit better. So 369. And here as well, please. 369. Let's see now, where exactly is my ADF? Where can I see that? Oh, let's finish this one first. We have set that the fuel quantity, fuel on board is checked, engine fuel used, performance, let's reset this, 00, memo panel is checked, power management is in takeoff, wonderful. Good, let's go back to the nav display. too sure where my ADF is around here. I mean, down here I have a course bar, but that's for... Oh, hang on. Maybe like this? No, that's VOR. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. But that won't stop us. Let's start engine 2 in hotel mode. So let's go starter A and B. Let's give it some hydraulic pressure. There we go. Let's engage the prop brake. Starter 2. Prop does not turn. Wait for 10%. There we go. Fuel open. Yes, 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 yes. You're supposed to have that. We have ignition. We have oil pressure. We have a slow rise of oil temperature. The prop is still stationary, but we see some exhaust gases there. Wonderful. Let me dial down that music. And also real quick, no, that's okay. Okay, and today it doesn't get stuck in the red band, so that's a plus, I would say. We can disable the starter and the external power, get that off. Close the doors. What else can we do? We can switch on the props heating. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we've got that, we've got that. Alright, I believe maybe a quick performance calculation. Hang on. So our gross weight is supposedly 16209. Didn't it say that here as well? 16209, yeah. Okay. Then let's head over here. I hope you can still hear me today. Yesterday I forgot to add the microphone to this scene. Let's go takeoff performance. We are in Sandane. So for the METAR, it says here wind, runway 26, 310 with 2 knots now. So let's do that. 22 and 10, 26. That's all right. Wind is a bit variable between left and right, but that's okay. And we set 16209. We burn a bit of fuel, but that's okay. Max runway weight exceeded. Wonderful. So flaps 15, of course. And our takeoff run available is 820 feet, which is not too much. Let's check real quick what the charts say. 820 for the takeoff. Yeah, let's cheat a bit and go with the 970. Because technically that's all the tarmac we have on the ground. And that gives us these numbers. 105, 105, 112, which I believe is also what it says in the box right now. And hang on, let me go over here, because this also shows us 970 and 2. This also visualizes this for us. So technically we have a stop margin of 85 meters. So we're only overshooting the takeoff run available for 65 meters. Yeah, not optimal, but that's the best we can do. So 105, 105, 112. which is exactly what we have here. Wonderful. So let's go with the procedure again. Doors are closed, CLDS is on. FMS and takeoff data. 105, 105, 1012, 112, that way. Confirm that. We have the box on the speed tape. Trims are set, doors are all closed, seatbelts are on, and then we can already switch on the beacon light. And are ready for prop rotation. Before we do that, let me real quick go into the charts again so we know what we are doing. So, I would say, hang on. Let's check this out real quick. So either we take off here, do a right to 70 basically, and then follow that fjord over to the NDB, which is roughly around here. Or we do an immediate left turn, avoiding that mountain, which sounds quite cool to be honest, and go through there. Yeah, I believe I want to do that. Alright. That's settled then. So, immediate left turn roughly towards, yeah, we can fly direct towards the waypoint and then join this track right here. So let's head back to the nav display. So we're going around like this. And you see, the airport is exactly 40 miles away, so yeah, that's gonna be a short one. Let's continue with the minimums real quick. 3010, I believe it was. Oh. Looked away for 1 second. There we go. Okay. Let's put the weather radar to standby. Let's say we have already tested that. Test the anti-skid real quick. Yeah, that's all good. For the approach, anything we need to consider there? Let's rather brief it now while we have the time. I made the mistake and closed it again. So let's go to Sogndal, or Haugesund is actually the name of the airport. So we're coming in here, descending to 6,900. That's not really complicated. Descent is cleared by ATC. Nothing special around here. For the approach though. RMP approach, we follow that in here and then do the visual circling. We could actually, well, depending on the wind, we could go straight in, but and here we have Sogndal information on 119.305. But yeah, I guess that's all that's to it there. So we have under information on 119.805. I believe that was the same frequency, but yeah, we're on Unicom right now. For the taxi out, we're just going to go via Alpha, backtracking the runway, turning around here, and then we are basically good to go. Let me keep that here for now. Let's turn the prop then. Prop area is clear. Let's remove the chocks before we do anything. There we go. So the prop brake is not ready, so let's give it some hydraulic pressure again. And let's disengage it. There it goes. Please give me the engine indications here. Alright. Ready for condition lever 2 into auto. Single channel message here, whatever that means. And low pitch. So, parameters already have stabilized. Let's start engine 1 then. Turbine is turning with 10%, fuel open. It's a bit weird, they have added these starter animations, but they've put it on both engines when I just start engine 1. Also, it looked like the rotation direction just changed. Oh well. That's stabilized, so let's give it... Hang on, that's stupid. Let's give it condition lever 1 auto, single channel. And low pitch. That has stabilized as well. Start selector can go off. We guard the prop brake. Hydraulic system looks good. Generators look good. We can switch off the TRU then. Switch on, sorry. Give some taxi takeoff lights. Set the flaps, 15. We have already set the trim. Let's go with the before taxi procedure then. Flight warning system is recalled, cockpit comm hatch is closed. Condition lever 1 and 2 are both in auto, anti-icing is not required. We've got 21 degrees outside, TRU is on, and... where is it? Checked, I guess. Says TRU here. Looks good. Anti-skid test we have performed, the flaps are in. 15, and the nose wheel steering is on. Yep. Okay then. Let's check the flight controls. Again, let's check the roll spoilers up here. That's full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and the rudder quite... yeah, need to untwitch that somehow. Yeah, there we go. Full left and full right, neutral. Okay. That's the flight controls checked. Let's set the transponder to auto. Or to on, rather. Weather radar can go on. And then we taxi. Just give me a minute here. One second. Yep. So taxi takeoff lights are on. Yes. Alright. Parking brake is released. Sandane traffic, Widerøe 5 Echo, taxiing runway 26 via Alpha and backtrack 08, Sandane. Okay, our intentions have been announced. Let's go then. also put the airport map, even though there won't be too much here. Oh dear, look where we're going. Brakes are checked. Okay, we are entering the runway, so strobes on, landing lights on. To the left looks clear. Right looks clear as well. And we have a taxi procedure. Oops, down here. Taxi takeoff lights are on, the brakes we have checked. The FMAs. Still need to set those. So let's couple the autopilot to my side. We want heading with LNAV armed and IAS. The heading will set as soon as we have lined up. So that's checked. And the takeoff config test buttons down here. It will say takeoff config OK over here. Yep, is performed. Before takeoff, checklist next. Okay. Gonna set the nav displays. There are a few bumps in the runway I have noticed, so I hope that won't be an issue. Oh dear. Come on. Ugh. There we go. So let's use every bit of runway we can. Yeah, there's the bump right in front of the threshold bars. Alright, that's good. Let's set the parking brake. Nice. Alright, center the heading buck. Takeoff briefing we have performed. Gust lock is off. Flight controls are checked. Transponder TCAS. The TCAS we can now switch to auto. TCAS above. Airflow we keep normal. Cabin crew can consider themselves advised. Engine bleed. Yeah, you know what? Let's switch off the engine bleeds for takeoff. Can't hurt at a runway like this. Exterior lights are set. Lateral flight director bar is centered. Rudder cam, we still don't know what that is, so we are all set. Actually, I may want to... No, never mind, we just go out visually. That should be fine. Okay, latest wind, still 310 with 2 knots. Yeah, looking quite calm. So we should be good to go. There's no one around us really, so we don't need to worry about other people. Let me check real quick if I have forgotten anything. Engine boost function, why not actually? Was it down here? Boost, yeah. That really can't hurt. Okay. Let me remove... Wait, real quick. On 0 Delta 600 we need to have 5,500 feet. Okay, we'll manage. Rotation speed 105 knots. Let's disengage the parking brake then. Reset the view. And then I would say set thrust. Thrust set in the notch. Let's go. That's the bump. That's 80 knots. Another bump. Oh, and rotate. Wow, it was quite windy now. It's a positive rate. Gear up. Okay, let's turn left before we hit the mountain. Let's go heading first. Give us a heading over here. Somewhere around there. 140. Let's go power management, climb, and flaps up. Go automatic with the speed here. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's follow that for a bit. So let's center the heading back. Yaw damper and autopilot, and let's look at this. Wow. Okay, let's switch on the bleeds. And we can switch... Oh, the boost function switched off by itself. Perfect. So landing gear is up, flaps are at 0, power management is in climb, engine bleeds are on, taxi takeoff lights can go off. And at 7,000 we switch to standard pressure. Yeah, we shouldn't have any issue with terrain here. Alright, let's go direct. Sierra Delta 600. Execute. And let's go LNAV. Quite a beautiful place to fly, huh? That's 7,000. Let's go standard then. And we can complete the procedure. Oh, come on, please. Don't give up on me. So we are around here right now. We should have 4,000 feet of terrain below us, 6,000 coming up. So if we have 8,000 feet of altitude, which we are about to cross, then we have plenty of separation. Very nice. Yeah, so this arm is that one. This is that land bridge. And actually this lake isn't even in here, but it's down there, so... Yep. All good here. Then... our cruising flight level was 130. Let me see, we are, yeah, that matches, so let's go up on 130. There we go, we're about to cross 10,000, so... Well, honestly, we're just gonna leave the seatbelt signs on because I doubt they will do any service on that flight. So let's concern ourselves with the descent, shall we? Wow, that's a lot of snow here. It's interesting that it's like a high plateau up here and then the fjords are like canyons carved into the terrain. So back to Sogndal. So we need to cross Bergen at 6,000, let's say 7,000, meaning we need to descend 6,000 feet, which means we need to start our descent, 1,000 to go. We need to start our descent 18 miles earlier, so we can basically start just after we crossed Evnan. And after Bergen, we have 5 miles to Ireno, where we are supposed to be a maximum of 150 knots, so we can try to slow down before Bergen already. Let's go power management cruise, and that's out. Oh dear. I would like to stop at 200. Because there's no need for us to accelerate like crazy, because Evnan is not even 10 miles in front of us, it's somewhere around here, and then it's already time for us to go down. So let's ease off on the throttles a bit. That's a really interesting flight. Must be cool to do that in real life. And so what I've seen on Flight Radar is that they have been... let's go a bit further out so it's not that loud. And again, I hope the sound is good and my voice volume is appropriate. So on Flight Radar, I have seen them taking off here like we did, following that fjord. And then they were basically flying all visually over here on 6,500 feet, and Sogndal is supposed to be somewhere around there, I think. So they were just going straight over the mountains at 6,500. Yeah, pretty cool. So... yeah, there's the airport already. So that's Evnan. Actually... I would like to go to 7,000 already and go by vertical speed so that I am sure that we make it in time and not repeat our mistakes from last time. So let's go vertical speed and let's go down a bit. Let's go for 1,000 feet per minute. Ease of the throttles. So Bergen we're supposed to reach in 6 minutes. So yeah, 1,000 feet per minute should be quite alright. Okay, we've got the minimums. Interesting, now it doesn't show the descent procedure already, because last time it did that. And I believe we can skip the fuel check on this flight. Let me check something real quick. And that would be performance, cruise, approach. Let's put in the winds. So we've got 10 knots out of 310 and 0 gust. Transition altitude, let's put 8,000 and 1026. On the VNAV, do we have anything there? Not really. Let's keep the performance page then. We are basically right on profile, which is wonderful. A little high actually, so let's go a bit further down with the vertical speed. For some reason it eased off at... Why are you doing this? There's no headwind, no nothing. Why? This plane, really. Right, let's go down with IAS descent. So I'm gonna ease off the throttle so it needs to pull down the nose. Alright, now let's go back to vertical speed. That's not working well. It's reacting quite harshly. I don't really like that, but that's okay. Landing lights on. Let's also switch on the taxi takeoff lights already. Wow. Beautiful. I also wanted to take the ATR up to Greenland. There's a livery for the 72. Must be some nice flying over there as well. Okay, that looks rather good. We're a bit below profile, but that's okay. Again, I'm moving the throttle only millimeters, and you see the effect it has. So that was half a millimeter maybe, and then half a millimeter in front again to the front, and it's doing that. So yeah, let's go for the QNH 1026. Oh, that was too far. There we go, and let's go for the descent procedure. Flight warning system is recalled. Landing elevation, still can't do anything about that. FMS should be set. MDA is set 3010 feet. Arrival briefing we have, of course, performed. Seatbelts are on, landing lights are on, altimeters are set. QNH 1026, passing 8,000 now. 1,000 to go, so that's check. Cabin altitude, no concern on this flight, I would say. Oh, no, no, no. What did I do? Give me back my nav display. There we go. Let's ease off a bit with the vertical speed. And let's go for 180. Let's outstar. Let's go down to 6,300. Vertical speed. Yeah, that's okay. Let's go for 160. I'd rather be slow than too fast. So let's give it flaps 15. Oh yeah, 150 even. Correct, almost forgot about that. Let's go for 140 then. can pull the nose up a little bit, and I believe we can also arm the approach. So outsail is armed and the vertical flight path is armed. And after arena we need to go down to 5-6. This is an insane approach. So I believe behind this ridge we turn right and then approach the airport somewhere there. Oh, let's not get too slow. So all this terrain is 4,000 feet. And after the right turn, we stay at 6.3 until we clear that ridge. Yeah, that's it. Let's announce ourselves. Sogndal traffic, Widerøe 5 Echo. About to intercept the final approach course for the RMP Zulu runway 24. Going for the circle to land for runway 06, about 10 miles out, Sogndal traffic. That should do it. So down to 5-6 then. Vertical speed, and let's go down there. So there's the airport, I believe. Let the adventure begin. Alright, and we are on the vertical flight path, which is very good. I hope we keep going down that. It's a 4-degree descent. Yeah, it keeps following it. Perfect. And we can set the missed approach altitude 6,500, so missed approach just straight ahead and to Victor November Golf VOR. If we do the circling, that's a good question. What do we do then? I'm not sure. I believe we just circle again and go to the missed approach track, but I would have to read up on that, to be quite honest. Anyway, 6,500 we can set. Wonderful. Wow. Okay, this is quite insane, actually. That's so cool. This one I want it. Wow. Okay. Let's put the gear down. Go flaps 25. And let's go flaps full. Activate the approach speed, and let's go for the auto here. So our final approach speed is 101. Reverse dry, or 100. Interesting, it says here something different than in the inbuilt performance tool. Oh well. But we can keep the speed a bit higher for now. So the cabin crew is advised, of course, landing gear 3 greens, flaps 35, checked, power management we put to take off, TLU low speed is checked. Icing AOA light, nothing required there. I think we can switch off the... Can we? Oh, we can't. And exterior lights are set. Wonderful. Let's see then. So... right before the missed approach point, let's break off left 45 degrees, so... continue. So 185. It's gonna be interesting to see if we see the lead-in lights. Yeah, we can stay a bit above the approach speed for now. And I'm gonna start the FCR. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, I believe we can level off now and go on the heading. Oh, we're probably quite a bit too low, actually. But that's alright. Let's go around this hill. Oh, quite windy here. Sogndal traffic with Widerøe 5 Echo on the downwind runway 06 Sogndal. Okay, it thinks we're going for the missed approach, which we are not. And I'm not really seeing any lead-in lights, but that's okay, I guess. So let's turn, switch off the flight directors. Jesus Christ, where are we? Oh. There we are. That's some Madeira-like approach here.
500.
Oh. Yep, almost. Jesus Christ.
200. 200.
Yeah, still making it. That's okay.
100.
At least the runway's longer here.
Don't sink.
Ooh.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Come on. Doesn't really help that the camera was misaligned, but yeah, that was quite the adventure. They're doing some serious flying here in Norway. But we have survived. Should have broken off a bit earlier, I think, and have done a wider circle. But we always learn. So, welcome to Sogndal. Quite the adventurous approach. Can I turn that off? Yeah. Sogndal traffic with Widerøe 5 Echo, backtracking runway 24 and taxi to gate Sogndal. And while we do that, let's see real quick. Taxi. So we're gonna enter at Charlie and pick position 3, and I have a GSX profile for this airport, so parking 3. No thank you. Yes, okay. Let us put the weather radar in standby. We can engage the gust lock. Put up the flaps. And maybe a little faster. No, actually, because our door is on the left side, we're gonna continue. And enter here. That's probably smarter. Even though I just saw they have markings, like path, walking path for passengers, for doors that are on the other side. But yeah, there's our marshaller, so we picked the right side. Let's switch off all the lights we don't need anymore. Come on, please. Just a little bit. And we're here. Wow, that was quite perfect, if I may say so myself. Now the only issue is our door is not here. It's back here. But that's okay. So let's engage the parking brake. The radar is off, the flight controls are locked, flaps are at 0, the trims... Honestly, we can let them be there because we're gonna do another flight. Landing and strobe lights are off, anti-de-icing, we didn't need probes, heating and TRU. Let me switch that off. Probes, heating, window heating and the TRU. And then we can put engine 1 in feather. And in fuel shut off. Perfect. Now let's do the same with engine 2. Feather, give it some hydraulic pressure, engage the prop brake. And there it goes. It's even still feathering the props. Procedure completed. Parking brake is engaged, taxi takeoff lights are off, condition lever 2 is in feather. The beacon off. The transponder on standby. Seatbelts off. And let's... Are you serious? Okay then. Aircraft ground power. Oh, chocks. The chocks were the issue, I believe. Oh yeah, we can stop that. And safe. And request deboarding. Let's open up the doors. Actually, let's leave the engine running in hotel mode. So let's see. Arek, hi. Ja, dem stimme ich zu. Die Climb Rate in der ATR 42 ist richtig gut. In der 72 ist es ja ziemlich problematisch. Da kommt man ja fast gar nicht hoch, aber in der 42 ist es wirklich sehr gut. Also da hatte ich jetzt keine Probleme. Alright, we're gonna stay here for just a second. I will go to the restroom and grab something to drink, and then we prepare the flight into Bergen, and with a bit of luck we still catch some ATC over there. So see you in just a second. Okay, I am back. Let me just put on some music. And let's give it a little camera. There we go. Oh, Arik, hi. Sorry, I answered to you in German because for some reason the chat auto-translated it. Welcome. I'm from Germany, as you probably can tell, currently living in Latvia, so not too far away. Yeah, so again, the 42 has a very good climb rate. I was pleasantly surprised. Yesterday I did a stream coming in from Oslo to Sandane, where we just departed. And there you can see the stream was the sound was a bit off, but if you're interested to see the climb rate, it's really, really good, even when it's a bit heavier. I know the 72, the climb rate is, it's horrible. You can't get that thing anywhere above 10,000 feet, especially no matter if you're light, if you're heavy, you can't get it enough above 700 feet per minute or something like that. So with the 42, it's no problem. Try it out. It's really good. I think they really messed it up with the 72. So I'm just gonna prepare the flight plan over to Bergen real quick. Let me disconnect from VATSIM here. So we're gonna be Widerøe 150. Weather is still absolutely beautiful, no significant weather there. Block time 55 minutes, so a rather short flight again. And again, the last fix of our departure route will be the first fix of our arrival route into Bergen. But yeah, these flights are really cool if you don't have too much time. I mean, we've been in the air for 20 minutes now, so the preparation is almost longer than the flight itself, but it's really nice flying around here in this beautiful scenery. Arek, yeah, I've been using MCT as well, and maybe with the packs off and the boost function, but still, it's not good. I mean, it is a slow climbing aircraft in real life from what I've heard, the 72, but still in the sim it's way too underpowered, in my opinion. You can't get it up there, really, which is a shame. I mean, it's flyable, but still. So just preparing the flight plan real quick. Okay, flight plan is filed and we reconnect on VATSIM. Perfect. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, and as always, the ground power left the chat. Didn't I have it still on Yeah, now with the 72, the ground power only disappears and kills the screens, but with the 72 it keeps the hotel mode. The engine stays on. But here on the 42, if you leave into walk around mode, then apparently even the hotel mode breaks and the engine stops. That's just great. That's really great. Why don't they test their own aircraft before releasing them? I don't get it. Anyways, we shall continue on to Bergen. So let's reload the flight plan here. Batch unloading process. Well, I believe you are done, so let's complete now. And let's load the flight in here. So as you can see, our routing: the Lunar 1 Foxtrot departure and the Lunar 3 Papa arrival into Bergen. What do we have here? Block fuel 1615 kilograms, just as it says here. So let's set the fuel, and it gives us excuse me, 1580. So we always seem to lose 35 kilograms. I don't know where they go, but anyways, let's go new leg. Procedure completed. Okay, perfect. Good. I believe we can just start with the box. Let's go data in it, and I will start the boarding while we are at it. Let's redo the position just to be sure, and let me recheck that. 61 degrees and 9.44 minutes. Gonna have to unload that. Import sim brief. Yes, please. Charts, taxi, here we go. Do we have coordinates? Yes, we are stand 3, so 61, 9, 4, and 7, 8, 2, 9. Yeah, that's about right. So let's initialize the census and let's go flight plan. Route, we are now Widerøe 150. Here we go. Arik, if you're still in the chat, could you please just let me know if my voice volume is okay, or if like the music is too loud, the game is too loud, or the voice is too quiet, or anything like that. Because last time I had some issues with that. So we're going from Echo November Sierra Golf to Echo November Bravo Romeo. Execute that. So the METARs say still QNH 1026, we have set that. Wind to 70. So we're going to take off runway 24, which is actually also the plan. Let's go sit, Lunar 1 Foxtrot, yeah, that's it. So again, similar as in Sandane, no RNF departures for the first part, so it's a visual departure. So we're going to go off runway 24, follow the fjord here towards Vangsnes, NEB, where we need to be above 6,000 and then off to Lunar. Seems simple enough. 24, Lunar 1 Foxtrot, execute. And this time we have Vangsnes in the box, 6,000 or above, that's good. Then in Bergen. Right now, ILS Whiskey runway 35 is in use. Oh, and we have ATC now. There's Polaris Control is online. Well, we'll see about that then, because contact by Sogndal information as instructed. Obtain ATC clearance from Sogndal information. Alright. What did I say? ILS Whiskey, right? For runway 35, yes. And the Lunar 3 Papa we had? Yes. Bergen approach. Wait. So the Lunar 3 Papa. Here's Lunar, so we come in here. Goad it. So via goad it. Execute. Clear that. Execute. So we need to be above 100 at Lunar, above 8,000 at 737. Let me check that with the plan mode real quick. Did it work like this? Was that the plan? No, this is the plan mode. So how could I cycle through the waypoints? Like this? Well, Lunar 10,000 above, Bravo Romeo 737 8,000 or above. Oh yeah. Then Rockset, which it calculates at our as our top of descent. Then we have Bravo Romeo 734, max 220 and between 6,500 and 8,000. Window it says then, interesting. I assume it has it correctly stored then. 633, no constraint here, at Ratuk max 220 and the same window, so to speak. Oh jeez. Oopsie. I keep forgetting that this is no touch screen because you have the click spots there. So then we have 733, Ratuk, 732, 731 and 730 and then goaded, which we need to be above 4,000. It only says 220 or below. What's it saying here on the ILS? Goaded 3,000 actually. Alright, let's go with 3,000 then. Let's put that... Ah, not allowed while I'm in plan mode. Okay, that's okay. Then we have Idava 3,000 or above. Well, we just can keep that in that case. And max 200 and 2,500 for the final fix. And that's that. Very good. How's the boarding looking? Great. Yes, Arik. I like hard airports. I mean, the flying is not really the hard part, even though I messed that up a bit, but especially all the different ATC procedures is where it gets really interesting. But yeah, I can really recommend the first flight, and this airport is really located in a really beautiful area, and there's a lot of sceneries on flightsim.to. For example, this one I got from flightsim.to as well. And yeah, the Greek islands, I have to go there as well. I want to take the ATR there. Like Rhodos and Heraklion have been flying a lot in the sim. So I'm very sure that it's a lot of fun there. So we still wait for the cargo to be loaded. Let's go with initial cockpit preparation then. That's okay. Parking brake is still engaged. I assume the pressure is still good. Altimeters we have set and checked. Landing elevation is checked. FMS, com, nav. So we do have radar online now. Oh, let's ask him for clearance. Hang on. So it's 131,535. 131.535. How do I disable the chrono? Oh, there. Not sure why that went off.
Lima, descent 6,000 feet, QNH 1026. Descent 6,000 feet, QNH 1026.
Alright. Let's set the ADF to the NDB. Sit here. That's 404. I'm still not sure where I can see this indication. So, Arik, if you don't know where my ADF is and where I can see the needles of pointing towards the NDB, do let me know, because I haven't figured that out yet. It's not really around here. No, I don't know. Also, oh, hang on. No, that's the VORs. Yeah, no idea. Anyways, we have said that the fuel quantity and fuel on board is checked, engine fuel used, reset itself automatically, level panel is checked, power management takeoff. Let's try without the boost function this time. Alright, let me check my checklist real quick. Let me start up the prop brake. Is still engaged, so let's go start B, because why not, and start on. 10%. Fuel open.
Which one do you want? Do you want to take Bravo? No, we can take Bravo. With 597 Roger. Do you want to put Bravo runway 18 by Whiskey 3, Whiskey 2, Charlie, and yeah.
So with oil pressure, oil temperature looks good. The ITT again rises into the red band. Yeah. Still not sure what that's about, but okay. Then we can disable the ground power. Get rid of that. How's it looking here? Yeah, not too bad. Let me get something to write then. 150 at Economic Sierra Golf. Cleared Bergen. Just writing down the clearance I am expecting. Flight plan. Luna 1 Foxtrot. Do we have an initial climb clearance? 120. That's 120 set. Alright then. Polaris control, good afternoon. Widerøe 150, ATR 40 to 600 at Sogndal for clearance.
Widerøe 150, you are clear to Bergen via the Lunar 1 Foxtrot. Actually, which runway are you planning? Technically under control, you can choose.
We were planning for runway 24, so Lunar 1 Foxtrot would suffice for Widerøe 150.
Then 150, Roger, you clear to Bergen, Lunar 1 Foxtrot, runway 24. Climb flight level 160, 150, 60.
Cleared to Bergen via the Luna 1 Foxtrot departure runway 24. Initial climb flight level 120 and squawking 5020 Widerøe 150.
Widerøe 150, reback ready.
Alright, let's set the squawk. Surveillance 5020. And just have to do something real quick. Give me a second. Alright, let me check the departure charts once more real quick. 2 initial departure fix, yes, so we're going visual until the NDB. Contact by Sogndal information as instructed. What does it mean contacted by? Do we get contacted? Because I'm not too sure what the process is here. But we shall see. We will prepare the aircraft for the time being. So data in it. Weight. We have 1580 for the fuel and zero fuel weight. 12,498. Is that somewhat correct? Yes, according to that. Our fuel reserve. 400 again. Trims 1.2 up. Let's set that. There we go. And let's go to performance in it. Our cruising flight level today is 140 on this flight. Transition altitude 7,000 feet. And let's check the performance again. So let's see. Wind is 270 with 6. Remark wind at 4,000 feet. That doesn't really concern me. 270 with 6, 24 degrees. Ganesh 1026. So that's all good. Solution provided with bleeds off. Okay. Well, let's select it off. Should be the same, right? So we got a margin of 30 meters. Okay. Takeoff run available 1001 meters. 108, 108, 114, flaps 15. What does the aircraft say? Bit of a different solution. What do we have here? 105, 105, 112. Can we change that? Because I believe SimBrief a lot more than I believe the developer here. Not that it makes that much of a difference, but manual speeds, yes, yes, that's okay. Alright. The controller was kind enough to give me a quick info, so we state our intentions basically, and we get traffic information by him. Loading is finished. Let's close up the doors then. And we are basically ready. Let's check the VNAV. That's okay. And the performance, let's... screw the cruise speeds. And that will fit in before landing. Cool. So, CDLS is still on, FMS and takeoff data. Hello, how do I... There we go, confirm. Got the box set. Trims are set, doors are closed. Seatbelts on, of course. And the beacon we can also turn on in just a minute. Give me 1 second.
17 Delta, taxi boarding point at runway 36 via Golf, cross runway 28.
Okay. Oops. Oh, what did I do? Let me get out of here, please. Procedure menu. Yeah, there we go. Widerøe 150, ready for startup.
Widerøe 150, for traffic on the apron.
Roger. All right. Prop area is clear. In that case, we can start up the engines. So, hydraulic pressure. Can release the prop brake. Prop is turning. ITT is relaxing a bit. Be there in just a second. Alright. Then let's introduce some more fuel even. Condition lever 2 to auto. Single channel. And low pitch. That looks good. So, starter 1. That's 10%. Fuel open. Condition lever 1 to feather. ITT is rising. We get oil pressure. Starter is off. That's a nice sound. Maybe we should remove the chocks. Okay. Condition lever 1 to auto. Single channel. Okay, that's 2 good engine starts. Let's switch off the start selector. Put on the heaters. Oh, we forgot the beacon. Okay. Set the flaps to 15. Flight warning system is recalled. Cockpit comm hatch is closed. Condition levers 1 and 2 are in auto. Anti-icing not required. TRU on. And again, it's... I'm curious, what does it say when it's off? Nothing, really. Shouldn't there be a box around it when I switch it on? Hey, I didn't close that. Yeah, I believe in the 2020 version it put a box around it, but well, never mind. Anti-skid test for good measure. Where is it? Here. Okay. Flaps we have set and the nose wheel steering is on. Let's do a takeoff config test. Takeoff config is okay. Let me check my own checklist real quick if I have forgotten something. It does not seem so. So, taxi lights on, and we let you know that we are ready for taxi. Ooh, heavy American. He's coming in from Philadelphia to Copenhagen. Nice. So we're gonna taxi out on Charlie, enter the runway, and backtrack to the threshold of 24. And that's it, really. Widerøe 150 at Sogndal, ready for taxi.
Widerøe 150, for runway. Report ready for departure.
We'll go Widerøe 150. Alright then. Seems simple enough, this flight information stuff. Parking brake is released. Let's start our taxi then. Just a quick brake check. Yep, brakes are checked. And the runway is ahead. So right after the turn I will turn off the lights. Turn on the lights, of course. I just love turboprops. So glad there is a classic dash coming next year. Lights are on. Right is clear. Left is clear. By the way, I think I forgot to mention, but I'll check out the replay of the landing after our landing in Bergen. Otherwise, it would disrupt the aircraft quite a bit, I believe. And we'll have all the time to laugh at my landing. Taxi takeoff lights are on. The brakes we have checked. The FMAs. We couple the autopilot on our side. Heading, LNAV armed, and IAS. So we've got the FMAs. The takeoff config tests we have performed. B for takeoff. The takeoff briefing is performed. The gust lock is now off. The flight controls we will check when we are lined up. Cabin crew can consider themselves advised for departure. Wow, look at this. Gonna have to take a screenshot of this. This is beautiful. Come on. And we are somewhat lined up. Let's set the parking brake. Center the heading bug and let's do a quick flight control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and the rudders. Full left, full right, neutral. Flight control check is completed. The transponder, of course, how could I forget? Switch that on, and the TCAS is still in auto. Airflow norm, cabin crew is advised, engine bleeds. Switch those off. External lights are set, lateral flight director bar. Oh, right. Thank God for checklists. Is centered. Where's my vertical, horizontal flight director bar? Hello? Please give me my flight director. Ah, It didn't switch on this one. Okay. Doesn't look as good for the screenshot, but yeah, wow, this is amazing. I need to fly here more often. Maybe we can even get the Fokker in here. So, have I forgotten anything? I believe not. The elapsed time has reset itself, I believe. I can't. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, there's nothing there. Alright, then again, let's have a quick look at the departure. So just straight out and towards Vangsnes NDB. Pretty self-explanatory here. So we're gonna go straight for a bit and then follow the fjord. Okay. Let's call in ready then. And let me restart the overlay real quick. Does it work now? I think so. Widerøe 150 ready for departure. Roger, will report passing flight level 100, Widerøe 150. Alright, slight wind from the right, and we'll report passing 100. I hope I remember that. Cool! I like this ops here. 108 shouldn't be a problem. Let's set the thrust and set the nav display on the Bossman's ND. Thrust set. Brakes released. Trying to steer with the tiller till 70 knots, I believe is a call out in the 42. That's 100. 108. V1, rotate. That's positive rate. Gear up, and we stay in heading mode for now. So Arik, if you're still here, now you can observe the superior climb power of the 42. Wow. Yaw damper and cruise power, and we can set flaps up, and let's give it the autopilot so I can enjoy the view. Wow. Oh, there's a little tower up there. So I believe we can turn right now for a bit and catch our course. But yeah, it's quite good we didn't turn immediately because there's this little mountain in the way. Beautiful. Very nice. I really enjoy that. Okay. After takeoff, landing gear is up, the flaps are 0, power management is in climb, engine bleeds. On. Taxi takeoff lights off, and we can set the altimeters to standard. Here and here. And that's the after takeoff procedure completed. Isn't that beautiful? Very cool. Let's catch our course a bit more. There's 10,000 approaching. Lights can go off and we'll call in as soon as the frequency is clear. And we're going LNAV. And Widerøe 150 passing now flight level 105. Climbing flight level 140, Widerøe 150. Oh, no. Here. There we go. Jesus Christ, look at this. Wow. So we came from this strip of pixels. Very nice. Now we are about to reach our top of descent, so let's chill out a bit with the climb rate, please. And let's go power management cruise. Yeah, I believe, especially when descending, but also now it did quite a harsh level off. Pilots are using the vertical speed mode to ease off the vertical speed here in the ATR, and I certainly can understand why. Okay, that's our approach into Bergen, so let's set the ILS already, so we have covered that. Jesus, this, when loading up, it just bins the performance of the sim for a bit. Alright, let's start with the minimums. We are, I believe, approach category Bravo, so 356. Can we reset the MDA? Somehow. No. Give me a minute then. Almost there. Let's go for 360. There we go. We have an inbound track of 350. Or course, rather. Can I set the ILS1 here as well? Doesn't look like it. 350. There we go. And the frequency is 110.5. There we go. Yeah, let's change that already. Wow, what's that? Oh, just some lakes. Wow. So Bergen is somewhere around there. Excuse me. Okie dokie. I'm gonna copy the ATIS real quick because sadly we don't have any ACARs. Copy and put that in here. So we've got information golf. Expect ILS whiskey approach, runway in use 35. Transition level is 80. So let's go to the performance page. Approach 8000 in here. QNH is 1026. The wind 340 with 13 knots, so right on the nose basically, and 0 gust. There we go. Oh, under 100 knots for the approach speed. Very nice. Anything else? KVOC 16 degrees, dew point 11, so there shouldn't be any clouds and no sick. It's interesting, they put in remarks for the winds in different altitudes, but it doesn't differ really. So the wind at... oh dear. Oh, enough please. Hello. Enough. Thank you. Sounds like this guy is eating his microphone. Jesus. Alright. Yeah, so the wind at the airport is 330 degrees with 4 knots. Clear to Bergen via the Lunar 3 Papa arrival, ILS Whiskey 35, and when ready descend flight level 80, Widerøe 150. Yeah, so the wind at the airport 340 with 13, and at 1200 feet 330 with 4, so not really a different direction, and not really that much of a difference in wind speed, so yeah, no idea. Anyways, we're cleared to descend to 80 whenever we desire to do so. And we need to have 80 at 734. We need to descend 6,000, so 18 miles before, so just before Rockset. So we can actually go with the top of descent marker here. That looks about correct. I've got no idea how loud ATC is right now, because I hear it quite loud. Matter of fact, I'm gonna reduce its volume a bit for me, but I'm unsure how it is in the stream, so yeah. Okay. Do we need to take care of anything else? We're cleared for the approach, we're cleared for the star, we have put in the ILS frequencies and the minimums. I guess we can already put the tower in the standby frequency. That would be 119.105. Let's see. So somewhere over there. Is our destination. I will be right back. Okay, we should be right before our top of descent. So let's try VNAV then. Let's go with VNAV path. Hello? VNAV? Okay, it doesn't want to do VNAV. In that case, let's go down to 80 ourselves. Let's go vertical speed 1000. Flight level 80, 220 or below at 734, and we need to, please don't kill the sim, and we need to be below 8000. Oh yeah, by the way, Stavanger is our alternate, but I believe Bergen shouldn't be an issue today. So let's give me the charts, please. Here we go. Direct Godit descending 4000 feet, QNH 1026, and via Godit cleared ILS runway 35 with a 150. That's quite the shortcut, so let's go down to 4000 here. In that case, we can ignore that. I was just about to talk about the constraints. So 4,000, and we already got told a QNH. So let's go to 1026, he said, I believe. What did I put in here? Yeah. And let's put the TCAS to below. Below. And via goaded we're cleared for the ILS, so let's go down to 220 already. Here we go. And let's do the descent procedure. Flight warning system is recalled, landing elevation still in up. FMS, we have set everything. Our MDA is 360 feet, arrival briefing we shall do now. We've already talked about it, but we are now inbound goaded 4,000 feet, so we can head over to the ILS chart. Via goaded we are cleared down the ILS, so we need to descend after goaded down to 3,000 feet at Idava, and then down a further 2,500 to the final fix, but we will probably catch the glide slope before. Regular to 3 degrees, so nothing too special. Missed approach, climbing on track to Irduff, and enter holding at 3,000. So Irduff is probably just somewhere straight ahead. Simple enough. And we need to go down quite a bit more. Let's go for the lights. Okay, I've adjusted the ATC volume a bit more, so I hope it's a bit better now. Approach procedure, seatbelts are on, landing lights are on, altimeters are set, and cross-check passing 8,500. Now, cabin altitude is of course checked.
Descending 120, copy during 7 Charlie Mike.
Charlie Mike, can you return to Oslo on the Lunip for Lima arrival?
Oh wow, 3,000 is the maximum vertical speed we can do, interestingly enough, so let's slow down there.
Right, and the Lunip for Lima arrival, you're in 7 Charlie Mike.
We are a bit late for the 4,000, but we can go to 3,000 then. And let's give ourselves a bit of a heading to get some more track miles. Let's go down to 180. Let's activate the ILS and the approach mode. Climb 6,000, walk 11, let's go with the IAS descent.
FedEx 419 is clear to Copenhagen via the 51 Hotel departure, runway 36, maintain 6,000, squawk 7142.
Heading to 90, and we're descending below the glide, which is good.
4528 Alpha 1 Mr. 1 left via Golf 10 November.
So let's raise the nose a bit.
Welcome to Crystal Town Taxi to approach. runway Yankee.
Yeah, Alt star. Let's adjust the heading a bit more. So there's
7.
lock star and glide slope star.
Victor 21 Tango winds are...
And there's the airport.
Victor 1 Tango winds 2364.
Yeah, it's a bit
17 clear to land.
tough to keep the speed in check. Well, we descended a bit late and then I messed it up again, but well, it is what it is. So let's keep 180. I'm not sure why it went down there. So we are somewhat aligned with the final track. So let's go flaps 15. Let's go 170.
Chris 5297, welcome to Eastern Sun, taxi to 8.
Glide slope. Well, that's a bit premature, but we are going down. That's good.
Widerøe 150, contact Flesland Tower 119.105 so long.
Flesland Tower on 119.105, Widerøe 150. Thanks for your help. Goodbye. Okay. There we go, on tower. Oh, watch the speed. Let's go 160.
Alpha 8, line up runway 35 on the bird limit.
Okay. Flesland Tower, good afternoon. Widerøe 150, ILS Whiskey 35.
Widerøe 150, Flesland Tower, good evening. Wind 320 degrees, 11 knots, continue approach.
Roger. So this approach altitude is set 3,000 feet. What did he say the wind was? Let me check. So in the 80s it was 34013, 32011. So from the left. So let's go gear down. Let's go selected speed.
November Juliet Echo, when passing 1,500.
And flaps 25.
131.35. Wind 320
And flaps full.
degrees, 11 knots, runway 35, clear takeoff.
Wind passing 1,500, contact Widerøe mode, clear for takeoff, quick Widerøe, clear for takeoff, runway 35, November Juliet.
Okay. So, cabin crew is advised, landing gear, 3 greens, flaps, full, power management, takeoff, TLU, low speed, icing AO light, not required, exterior lights set, landing procedure is completed. Let's go for manual flight then. 98 on the approach speed. And let me real quick just put on the charts on my second screen so I can put them away here. Okay. Autopilot off. Into Bergen is always a beautiful approach. I mean, look at this. Norway is just amazing for flying. So wind is drifting us off to the left a bit, but we can correct.
Widerøe 150, wind 320 degrees, 11 knots, runway 35, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 35, Widerøe 150. Alright, wind still from 320. One departure ahead, but he's already at 3,000 feet. Too bad we can't see him. Bit right off track, but the wind can push us over. That should be, that's checked. Bit low, that should be a good landing.
Approaching minimum.
I'm jinxing it.
Minimum. Minimum.
Continue.
200. 100.
Bit low. Bit
50,
high.
40. 30,
Idle.
20. 10.
Bit of rudder into the wind. Reverse. No brakes needed. And idle. Let's let it roll out. We've got plenty of space. That wasn't too bad, if I may say so myself. Okay. So let's go off here. I believe this is Alpha 5. Oh, still a bit fast. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, Alpha
Widerøe
5.
150, welcome to Bergen. Taxi to stand 17 via Charlie, Whiskey and November.
17 Charlie Whiskey November. Taxi to stand 17 via Charlie Whiskey and November with 150. Thank you. Okay, via Charlie, that's this little one here, then Whiskey, so the second to the right. While we retract the flaps. Left is clear, right is clear. Not so fast, please. Lights off. So that's Whiskey. Right on Whiskey. Another beautiful freeware scenery from VATSIM TO. Switch off the weather radar for good. That was our last leg. Switch off the landing system. And let's lock the flight controls. So, Whiskey and then November. Which one is November? Ah, it's all the way in the back at Terminal 3. So, let me show you. Do you see? No, you don't see. I'll show you in just a second. Select. No. Yes. Widerøe ground handling, please. So. Ugh. Come on. Give me the last few meters. So, Bergen, taxi, airport. So we are right now taxiing down Whiskey, then back here is November, and this is stand 17. Let's go for the procedure then. Radar is standby, flight controls are locked, flaps are 0, trims, I don't care about those. Landing and strobe lights are off, anti-de-icing, we didn't have them switched on. Props heating. And window heating. Switched off, TRU off. Nice KLM 737 over there. Let's switch off TCAS. Standby. So, is this November? No, the second one is November. This is Mike. Yeah. Calm down, please. What's your issue? Anti-icing. Yeah, that's okay. So this is November.
That's a very technical.
And then 17 seems to be straight ahead. Yes. So we can shut off... Hello. Thank you. We can shut off engine number 1. Turn off the taxi lights. Yes, yes. And this always happens to me. I just shouldn't do single engine taxi. I always... My energy always dies. Aha, Nabil, falls du zuhörst, schöne Grüße. Okay, come on, the last few meters. And then we have made it, our 2 sectors for today. So apparently we're too far left. No, we are too far right. Oh yeah. No, that's it. Bit more. I said a bit more. But actually I think... Yeah, come on, that's okay. We're not going for the jetway anyway, so parking brake is set. Condition lever 2 in feather. And the prop brake is ready. Here we go. Parking. We can switch off the transponder. Stand by. Parking brake is engaged. Taxi takeoff lights are off. Condition lever 2 is in feather. The beacon. We switch off. The transponder we have put in standby and the seatbelt signs can go off. Let's open the doors. Chocks and some ground power that we can put online, and then we can switch off engine 2 entirely. Yes, yes, don't complain so much. Now, will it give me a bus? Or will it think that we need the jetway? Which in Scandinavia, by the way, are really weird. They only go in one direction, they are not able to move this way, so you have to line up every aircraft differently so that it's perfectly lined up with the doors. Quite interesting. Okay. We have successfully made it. Oh, passenger bus is coming. Perfect. Let me see if I forgot something. I don't believe so. So. Let's open the doors. And that will probably have killed our avionics again because of the ground power bug. Wait, now I'm curious. Yeah. Well, then it shall be so. Here we are. There's a bus at Bergen. We successfully made it. Wonderful. Let me switch off the FTR. FCR. Safe. Perfect. Oh, hello. Alright then, I will quickly disconnect all my hardware. And then we can take a look at the landing. Okay, hardware is out of the way. Deboarding should be almost completed anyways. Oh, that was only 19 passengers. I count more than 20 by far already in here. Maybe it's the passengers in the bus. Well, we don't need to wait for all of them. So let me log off VATSIM. Alright. And let's go for the replay. So, immersion killer incoming, reset position. Close everything up and go ready for taxi. Oh, right, the prop brake is probably still in. Yeah. No. Wait. Disengage, please. Yep. Perfect. Let's set the flaps. And that should do it. Flaps are set. Load replay. Here we are in Bergen. No idea what that sound is. But yeah, look at this magnificent approach. How's the other side looking? Yeah, it's just... I believe the opposite runway is even more beautiful because there's also a bridge in the approach path. It's really nice, really. So we'll watch the landing once from the cabin and then I will try to set an outside view on the airport. Sadly... yeah, the LOD system is messed up, so it won't look as good because it doesn't load everything of the model until it's very close. Nice churches in the background there. I apologize for the shadow, that's the frame gen. I fear. But this was nice, one of my better landings. So far. Okay. Let's set up L camera. So something like this. So as you can see, no engines, no landing gear, the LOD system is completely messed up, but should get better in just a minute, once it's close enough. But how can you mess that up? It's really like they don't even test it in any way, or they just threw it on the marketplace in an early alpha version. Yeah, that was... And the wheels are gone. But I'm happy with that landing. It was quite alright. Now, let's reset this one. And let's load up the approach into Sogndal. Look at this crazy terrain here. Absolutely crazy. And this airport just in the middle of nowhere. So that's where we broke off, which is not terrible, but probably a bit too low. But we have a look at the charts. Oh, come on. Here we go. Approach. Even the ILS too full. I mean, it doesn't really tell us anything. Supposedly there are lead-in lights, but not really that much info. So yeah, we got a bit low here. Try to correct for that. There's the airport in the background. It's actually quite okay over here. But yeah, I don't see any lights. Maybe during nighttime. But it was fun flying in there, definitely. But the turn was a bit too tight. Maybe I should have used some rudder. Jesus, look at this. That's crazy. Wow, that looks quite adventurous. But made it down in one piece. Alright, let's go again for the stationary camera. Something like around here. Yeah, here should be fine. Oh, that's cool actually. You can see the plane circling there. Well, most of the plane anyways. Such a shame. And that's also as far as I can zoom in, but yeah. Again, when it gets closer, should be better. Bit floaty, but wasn't too bad actually. And the gear's gone again. Well, by the way, I've just found another flight on Flight Radar. From Årsta Volda up here. But yeah, they came in visually. They were flying, well, 12,000 feet, but definitely they definitely made a visual approach in here, because the ILS or also the RNF takes you just straight above this. So they went along the fjord at 3,000, kept 3,000, and then descended down to 1,500. Yeah, I guess flying visually around here is also pretty cool. Do we have another flight here? Nope. They even went for a holding here, or at least for maybe to bleed off some altitude and then just straight in here. Trying to find a flight that did the circling just as we did. Oh well. Anyways, here's us taxiing to the gate. And with that, I say thanks for watching. Everybody who tuned in, even if it was just quickly. Thanks Arik for asking some questions, and danke Nabil fürs Reinschauen. And yeah, don't know when the next stream will be, maybe tomorrow, maybe some other day this week. Thursday I have a day off, so probably then. And until then I say goodbye and see you in the next one. Ciao ciao.